What kind of extension cord do you use? We currently use this 100-foot 14 gauge outdoor extension cord. Now, currently, right now, the price of this is $87. However, we paid about $50 for it, or $60 maybe. It's expensive right now compared to another cord, right? So it shows down here the price. The price from is $87. And then there's another one over here, the same thing, 100 feet, 14 gauge for $40, right? So that's way less. But these cords are very unreliable because you don't want to buy cords with the lighted end. These lighted ends, they break. We delivered a unit, and hours after we delivered it, customer called us and said the cord no longer, the extension cord broke. And we were like, what? That's never happened before. I mean, after 9 years, that's never happened, right? So we said, okay, we'll see. We didn't believe the customer. When we got there, we saw the cord and it was like, oh, this is one of the cords with the lighted end. This lighted end technology is something that recently came about. And a customer told us a week before we had that problem with the cord. A customer told us when they saw us break out the lighted end cord, they said, no, I'll use my own cord because those cords with the lighted end are unreliable and they might cause a problem. So a week later, we had a problem with that cord, So now I know don't buy cords with lighted end. And in fact, I had two of them. One of them broke and the other one that we had, it was working, but I decided to throw it away even though it was working because it's guaranteed. I mean, I was pretty much convinced that it's guaranteed to break, and it's very annoying to drop off a unit with an extension cord and have to go back. And if that customer doesn't have a cord, we'd have to go back in the middle of a kid's party to replace the cord. That would be a nightmare. That would be a nightmare. So rather than have a nightmare like that, I threw away the cord, even though there was nothing wrong with it because it had the lighted end, and replaced it with a cord with no lighted end. So currently, we also when the 100 feet cord are expensive, because sometimes they're expensive, I buy 50 feet cords as a replacement. So currently, here's a 50 foot 14 gauge cord, and it's $22, right? So I can buy two of these. Instead of one 100 foot, I could buy two of these for $44 instead of the 100 foot for $87, right? So that's another option. And we do, today, for instance, we delivered 3 units, and all 3 of them we used a 50 foot cord. So sometimes a 50 foot cord is all you need. So that is the situation with the extension cords. Don't buy cords with the lighted end. They are very unreliable.